Okay, in this video I'm going to go over family creation. So families are basically just things that you bring into a model. Things like chairs, tables, whatever you may want. You can get these things offline, but sometimes to get what you really need, you need to create your own. So to do it, you'll come to File, New, Family, and then there's a bunch of different types of families. Whether they're electrical, furniture, casework, whatever they are. I typically just use the generic model that's not wall or roof or whatever based, just because it's easier to place in the actual model sometimes when it's not constrained to a wall or a floor. So I'll click on this, hit open. And as you can tell, the actual platform is pretty similar to a normal model in Revit. The only difference is some of the tabs are a little different. You're not going to have the architecture tab, it's just going to open you up directly to the create tab. And then over here you can see that it's very similar to a normal model where it has floor plans, ceiling plans, and your elevations. So right now I'm in the reference plan, just kind of like the typical bird's eye view thing. So today I'm going to model a planter, just something simple. So I'm going to come down here and select the rectangle tool. Probably make it 9 feet by 16 inches. And then I'll offset it by 4 inches. Then I'll come into the Properties tab to determine the actual depth of this extrusion. So I'll probably make this 2 feet tall, and I'll assign it a material. So I'll come in here. I want to use this concrete material. So I'll hit OK, and I'll hit the green arrow to make it actually create the extrusion. Then I'm going to come to a 3D view so that you guys can see it, put it in realistic. As you can see, it's got the concrete material applied to it, and it's just a simple square at this point. To build upon this, I'll come into an elevation. And I want to actually create another reference plane so that I can put a little trim detail on the top of the box. So I'm going to come to create and then reference plane, and I'll typically snap things, draw it out, and you can see just like how this reference level has a name, I can name this. So I click on it, I can click the name, kind of finicky, name this top of planter so I can find it later, and then you can drag it out, make it larger, smaller, whatever you need. So now I'm going to come to this is interesting. Typically that'll show up there, but anyway, I'll come back to reference level and I can select that plane manually. I can do that using set work plane. So if I come in here and I select name, as you can see my reference plane is top of planter, so I'll select that, click OK. Now I'm going to create a little trim detail on top of the planter. Alright, so I've created the trim detail. I'm going to come to the properties, and I want this extrusion to be maybe 2.5 inches. And then I'm going to, again, come in and assign a different material. Probably wouldn't use asphalt on this, but I'm going to use this just because of the contrast and color. So, click the green check mark. And as you can see, because I drew that new reference level, let's put it on top. And here in the 3D portion, you can actually see it on top of there. So another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create another extrusion. And I am going to make this kind of like the soil that you would plant in. So I'll just come over here. And I've got this rock available, so I'll just put rock in it. And I've got this on the same top of planter box plane. So I actually want the extrusion to start probably 5 inches below that plane. And I'll probably have it end at 4 inches. Alright, and I'll hit the green check mark, and it created that. Now on the 3D thing, you can see that there's now bark in here, so it kind of looks like a planter box. If you place this in your model, you could then put plants, you could host plants in here, and then it would look just like a planter box. But anyway, that's just the basics of family creation. So I hope that helps you guys out in creating families.